If you're looking for a good turntable for the holiday season, but you don't know where to start, then here are my 5 recommendations, and the links to all of these are going to be in the video description down below. Number 5, the Audio-Technica LP60X. As I've mentioned many times on this channel, the LP60X is a great beginner's turntable. It spins at 33 and 45 RPM, so you can play 12-inch albums like the ones you see on the wall behind me, and also the smaller 7-inch singles. Now, it's also a belt drive turntable, meaning that its motor is off to one side and it spins the platter using a rubber belt. So that's going to cut down on vibrations and give you a better overall sound. It also has a decent cartridge, the Audio-Technica ATN 3600L, with a replaceable diamond stylus, which is good, and it even has a built-in preamp, so you won't need to buy one of those separately, and that's going to save you some money. Now, as far as colors go, it comes in 5 different finishes: red, white, black, brown, and gunmetal. And last of all, inside the box, it comes with a felt mat, a 45 RPM adapter, the RCA cable, the power cord, and of course, a dust cover. So overall, in my opinion, this is the most affordable turntable on the market right now that also has good sound quality and good build quality. So if you're looking for a good turntable to start collecting records with, then this is the one I would recommend. Number 4, the Audio-Technica LP120X USB. If you like the LP60X, then you're gonna love the LP120X USB, because it basically does everything the 60X can do and more, and it has a better build quality, so it's gonna last you even longer. Now, the 120 spins at 33, 45, and 78 RPM. So basically you can spin any record at any speed, which is really cool. But do keep in mind here that if you are going to spin those older 78s or shellac records, then you are going to need a special stylus to do that, which I've mentioned in other videos and I'm not really going to get into here, but regardless, if you do want to play those types of records, you do have that option with this turntable. Now, the 120 is also a direct drive turntable, meaning that its motor is directly underneath the platter and spins it directly. So that's going to give you more accurate speeds overall, which is great because basically it means that it's less likely to fall out of sync with the music, which could be distracting when you're playing a record. Now, compared to the 60X, the 120 also has an even better cartridge, the AT-VM95E. This cartridge is a replaceable elliptical diamond stylus, meaning that it's going to give you greater precision inside those record grooves, and therefore translate to a better sound. And as far as the electronics inside the turntable go, it has a built-in preamp, which is convenient, and as its name implies, a USB connection as well. And that allows you to hook it up to your computer. So if converting your vinyl records into digital files on your computer is important to you, then this is the turntable you should go for. And last of all, it comes in 2 colors, black and silver, and has a felt mat, a USB cable, a 45 RPM adapter, the RCA cable, the power cord, and of course, a dust cover included inside the box. So overall, if you want a turntable that's got a lot of great features, has excellent build quality, and is going to last you a very long time, then this is the one you should go for. Number 3, the Fluence RT81. If you like everything about the LP120X, but you also want a beautiful wood finish and have no need to play 78s or hook it up to your computer, then the Fluence RT81 is the right choice for you. It's a belt-driven turntable that spins at 33 and 45 RPM, so as I said, that covers the 2 modern types of records, the 12-inch ones and the 7-inch singles, and it also has an Audio-Technica AT95E cartridge, which is almost identical to the one on the LP120X. However, it is the older version, but it still sounds good and is replaceable, so you can always upgrade that later on if you wanted to. Now, as far as the electronics inside the turntable goes, it has a built-in preamp, so yet again, you won't need to buy one separately, and that's going to save you some money. And finally, it has one cool feature that I really like called auto stop. So what exactly is auto stop? Well, basically, as its name implies, if you flip this little switch on the back of the turntable, once the needle reaches the end of the record, it stops spinning the platter automatically. So basically, if you're really tired one night and you happen to fall asleep and you forgot to lift the needle, then this feature can really save the life of your stylus, because you definitely don't want the thing to be spinning all night long, just damaging your stylus. That would not be good. So this is a very helpful feature. Now, last of all, as I mentioned earlier, it does come in 3 different colors: piano white, piano black, and my personal favorite, a beautiful walnut wood finish. And finally, the accessories included inside the box are a rubber slip mat, a 45 RPM adapter, the RCA cable, the power cable, and of course, a dust cover. So overall, if you want a great looking turntable with a lot of nice features that's also very affordable, then the Fluence RT81 is the one you should get. Number 2, the Audio-Technica LPW40WN. Hey, you thought I was going to say the U-Turn Orbit again, or maybe the Orbit Plus, but this year I decided to switch things up a little bit because this turntable has basically the exact same design as the Drop Plus Audio-Technica turntable that I reviewed on the channel a while back, and I really liked the quality of that turntable, so in turn, I would also recommend this model. And it's not just because I'm an Audio-Technica fanboy, and we've mentioned 3 of them so far in this video, but what makes this record player good? Well, it's belt-driven, which means that it cuts down on motor rumble and gives you a better sound. It spins at 33 and 45 RPM, which allows you to play modern records. It has a built-in preamp, so you won't need to buy one separately, yet again saving you money. And most importantly, it comes with a straight carbon fiber tone arm, which is going to give you better sound quality. Now, having a carbon fiber tone arm on a turntable around this lower price point is pretty rare in my experience, so that's another feature that stands out on this model. Now, in addition to all of this, it also has a plinth or body made from anti-resonance MDF wood. Basically a dense block of wood that cuts down on vibrations and therefore gives you better sound. And speaking of that, it also has a beautiful matte walnut wood finish, so it looks more rustic instead of glossy, and I think it looks great. Now, as far as cartridges go, it comes with an Audio-Technica AT-VM95E, which is the newer model, and similar to the other turntables we've mentioned, it's also replaceable. So if you want to upgrade it down the road, you can totally do that. So that's really cool. And finally, as far as accessories included inside the box, it comes with a rubber slip mat, a 45 RPM adapter, the RCA cable, the power cable, and of course, a dust cover. So overall, if you're looking for great sound at a great price, this turntable is the one for you. And finally, number 1 is actually a tie between the pro-ject debut Carbon Evo and the Fluence RT85. So these are both great turntables, and I just couldn't decide which one I liked more, so therefore, for the first time ever, they both get the number 1 spot. And here's why. Both turntables are belt-driven, spin at 33 and 45 RPM. They both have excellent sound quality and have cartridges, or record needles, that come pre-aligned from the factory. So you won't need to worry about doing that yourself, and that's going to save you some time and frustration because it's usually the most difficult part of the setup process. So both turntables are excellent, but they do have some minor differences. So for example, the Evo also spins at 78 RPM, but the 85 does not. However, the 85 comes with a slightly more expensive cartridge, the Ortophon 2M Blue, and the Evo comes with a slightly less expensive cartridge, the Sumiko Rainier. Which one sounds better? Well, since I haven't heard the Sumiko Rainier, I couldn't tell you with 100% certainty, but I have heard the Ortophon and I really like it. And considering the reviews I've read online, the Ortophon also seems to be the more popular cartridge. Now, other small differences include the fact that the Evo has a dampened steel platter and the 85 has an acrylic platter. Now, both of these are going to work fine for you, but I personally prefer acrylic, and also with the acrylic, you don't even need a turntable mat. You can just place your records down directly on top of the acrylic. So that's convenient, and I like that. Now the Evo also comes in 9 colors, but the 85 only comes in 4. Is this a huge deal? Not really, but if you want more options, the Evo is there for you. And finally, the Evo also has a carbon fiber tone arm, but the 85 only has a regular tone arm. So the carbon fiber of the Evo is definitely going to be of a higher quality. Now, one thing that they both do have in common, however, is the fact that neither of them has a built-in preamp. So you are going to need to buy one of those separately. And to be honest, when it comes to these higher-end turntables, they usually don't have built-in preamps because they pretty much assume that you're going to buy a really nice external one, or at least use the phono input on your receiver. So it's not really that surprising that they left out the preamps. Now the Evo weighs in at 13 pounds and the 85 comes in at 16 pounds. So they're pretty close, with the 85 having a slight advantage. And the 85 also has that auto stop function that we mentioned earlier, and the Evo does not have that. And last of all, as far as their accessories go, they both come with a 45 RPM adapter, the RCA cable, the power cable, dust covers, and in the case of the 85, it also comes with a pair of white gloves, so you don't get smudges on your turntable when you're putting it together and assembling it. So that's kind of interesting. It's the first turntable that I know of that comes with white gloves. Kind of interesting. But overall, we can go back and forth all day long about which one of these turntables is better, but in my opinion, no matter which one of them you end up getting, they're both really high quality and are both going to give you excellent sound. So like I said, if you want to check them out, the links are going to be in the video description down below. Alright, now although all of the turntables that we've mentioned today cost money, do you know what's completely free? Subscribing to this channel. So go ahead and turn that red button down there gray, and also hit the little bell right next to it so you won't miss out on any of the new videos. And most importantly of all, friends, have a fantastic day, stay safe out there, and keep spinning that vinyl.